Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Princess Evangile, where... what happened last time? Oh, right, we got in the bath with Konami, and we finally made her realize that we're not a bad person.
I'll come on with the process.
I have poor memory.
But yes, that's what happened last time. When I attended the assessment. Hooray!
Yay! It turns out not all people are bad.
Who would have thought? There are good people in this world, after all.
Whatever.
Are you a good person, Red?
Only sometimes.
Pat. Am I a good person to you, Red?
Sometimes. Just most of the time.
What's the other? Okay, maybe not you.
Go ahead.
Okay. On Monday after class, we gathered the usual and checked the new approval rankings.
It's a big increase this week. Here, look at it. Wow, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps the others are slowly beginning to go mad from Masaya-san's masculine appeal.
Masculine?
Panterbell is warming to you as well.
Panterbell's a girl?
Well, he might be a boy. I'm pretty sure no one's going mad for him. Have you been doing good deeds while we weren't watching?
No, not especially.
Then it must be...
Shio and I killed our heads in unison.
It may be because of Konami's softening towards him. What? Me? The story of your exploits in the bath were in the newspaper, after all.
Konami-san somehow heard what Konami-chan said in Maria Hall and got her to give an interview. Of course, I warned Konami-chan not to reveal the whole truth, but people still knew that we'd taken a bath together. I thought it might lower my approval rating, so I was surprised when I had gotten the opposite effect.
In addition, the article said that you saw him in a new light. There are likely many people who are influenced by those words. All I meant by that is that I no longer consider him a tenderous serpent, that's all! That sounds like seeing him in a new light to me. Maybe. There's nothing to be upset about. It's better than needlessly forcing yourself to hate him. But I don't think I'm really influential at all.
Oh, but you are, right? Yes, not in agreement.
One way or another, you were considered the leader of the anti-Masaya-sama movement. They were likely shocked by your change of opinion. I see. Yep, that's exactly it.
Oh, hi! Tommy-san appeared out of nowhere, as usual. As usual, she was invisible because she didn't want to be.
We have not seen you in so long.
It was since the dance, right?
Yeah, I think so. Which was...
Two chapters ago, I believe.
4 episodes ago. Even I was shocked as I was giving the interview. I was like, is this really Konami I'm talking to? Are you sure nothing happened back there? Aside from him protecting you from the hot water? What are you talking about? Well, you know, like Visor or something. How could you say that? Of course there's nothing like that.
Maybe that had been a cause of Konami-chan's change of opinion, and the others revaluing their opinion of me. Of course, I had done it to look good in the newspaper, without having crossed my mind for an instant.
Well, okay. Anyway, I can tell that night alone together really brought you two closer. Yes, well, yes.
Konami-chan turned her eyes to me and smiled shyly. I thought it was very cute. I could feel all eyes upon me.
Anyway, One-sama, everyone, there's one thing I wish you to remember. This does not change my standing as a Red Rose Society affiliate. It is just as I stated the other day. Of course. Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
One-sama, here are Ms. Masaya-san's most recent approval ratings. Thank you. My, how amazing. It's a sizable increase. Yes, at this rate, he just might pass the premier judgment. Yes. Marika has said before that if Messiah were a righteous man, she would not seek to drive him out. Mitsuki was once a... Typo. Mitsuki was once again moved by I think that's supposed to be Marika.
Marika.
Incredible integrity. At the same time, she felt slightly inadequate in the face of it. Of course, Mitsuki felt no particular animosity towards Masai either. Of course, I feel no particular confidence that he is a righteous man either, but that is a separate matter. If the others all come to accept him, then I see no reason to oppose him. I see. Yes, no matter what else, the student council will remain neutral. Yes, ma'am. Anyway, I'll continue to monitor him until the end of the first term. Please do. Ah, grandmother. This is Marika. I'm calling in regards to Masai-kun. Yes, that's right, the one who entered our school to serve as a sample. He may be a righteous man. The others are gradually coming to accept him. Yes. Yes, that's right. I wanted to tell you that there is a chance that this may not end as you foresaw. What? Entrapment? Forgery? Can't be. Grandmother, can you be serious? Yes, I understand that, but... It can't be. Such actions cannot possibly be righteous. Grandmother, why?
I wonder if it's because of Marika's grandmother that, you know, the senior told me about. The morning was unexpectedly hot and muggy, and I found myself up earlier than usual.
Not Rise's grandmother.
Not Rise's, Marika's.
Okay, I thought you said Rise.
I ate an early breakfast, then headed for the main school building. Despite the early hour, there were a few students here and there, probably doing early morning exercises. Yeah? But looking around, I could tell that something was off. What's going on? Oh, it's Ritsu-chan! Something about her was off, too. But that wasn't what drew my attention. It was the fact that she had gone to the cathedral. I had met her in the cathedral before, when Aika-san lured me in using Presentore's letter. That's right. I wondered about that time, too. What was she doing there? Technically, I knew what she was doing. She was praying. But what I wanted to know was, why was she praying? Is Ritsu-chan a Christian? I recall hearing that, despite Ritsu-ness being started as a mission, very few of the students were actually Christian. I decided I should go talk to her, so I followed her in. The start of classes was still a long way off, and the cathedral itself was silent and empty.
The pretty...
So pretty. Alone in the cathedral, Ritsu-chan stood praying before the altar. It was truly picturesque. I wanted to interrupt her. I waited in silence. After about 5 minutes, she turned around.
So it was you, Masaya-sama.
Morning.
Salutations. Masaya-sama, are you interested in the cathedral?
No. It's just that I saw you go in here.
Me?
I ended up waking up early today, so I decided to head to school early. Oh, that's it. I get it now.
Huh?
I was thinking there was something off about everyone. It's just short sleeves.
Yes. We began wearing our summer uniforms today.
That's right. It was June 1st. I wonder what I should do. Should I wear a short sleeve button-down suit to match the rest of you?
Masaya-sama, I believe that you should do whatever makes you comfortable.
When we first met, her expression had always been thorny. But lately I was seeing her smile a lot more. I was happy to see it.
I don't believe the teachers will scold you.
I see. I'll switch over to short sleeves if it gets too hot, I guess.
Incidentally, I see that you have not stopped addressing me as Chan.
Yeah. I just can't get used to it. Is that bad?
Yes, it is.
Really?
However, it may be natural for people on the outside to refer to their juniors that way. Therefore, I have given up on being addressed any other way.
I see. But although she was smiling at me more often now, she was still very strict.
Anyway, you have interest in the cathedral then?
Ritsu-chan cast a gaze around her.
Unlike the other buildings on the grounds, this one has never been rebuilt since its founding. This Gothic-style construction was considered cutting-edge during the Meiji period. There are very few buildings like this in the entire country. It has been designated an important cultural property.
Wow, I never knew. I was honestly impressed. This was possibly my first time visiting a cultural property.
So, naturally, it cannot be rebuilt. That said, it is already compliant with earthquake codes, so there is no need to rebuild it either. The teachers sometimes joke with each other about it, but we really could open the cathedral to the public and charge admission.
Now that you mention it, it really is beautiful in here.
From the way that you are speaking, I can assume that you did not really come here to look at the cathedral.
Yeah, I am to see you, Ritsuko. So,
You do not need to force yourself. But why then?
yeah?
Why did you come inside just because you happened to see me?
It was because I wanted to talk to her. But it was hard to answer once you asked me like that. Oh, that's right. Ritsu-chan, are you a Christian by chance? Oh, not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just curious.
I am not a believer.
I see. But I saw you praying here before, too. I put my hand together, mimicking her. She didn't answer immediately. I wonder if I touched on a sensitive subject. Well, anyway, it is a nice atmosphere. I can understand wanting to come here.
Yes, that is true. I come here every morning.
Every morning? Wow! I was a little surprised to hear that. Ritsu-chan continued serenely.
Coming to the cathedral and putting my hands together calms my spirit. The same is true for the Gospels.
He opened the book in her hands and began flipping through the pages. I've been wondering what it was. So it was a Bible after all.
Reading them calms my spirit as well. Even though I'm not truly a believer, there are verses that resonate with me.
They do say it's the best-selling book in the world.
Have you read it before, Masaya-sama?
No, not yet. The teacher's always telling me to, but...
Compared to chapters like Leviticus from the Old Testament, it's very easy to read. I recommend it.
Okay. I had no idea what Leviticus from the Old Testament was either.
Well then, salutations.
Ritsuko-chan, wait a minute.
Yes?
I know it's a bit late. I was hoping to ask you again. Are you still looking at school reform?
Of course I am.
But you didn't choose to become the leader of a Red Rose Society, did you?
That is true, but
Right. So why then?
it is true that it was not my choice to lead the society. If I'm to be honest, I still believe I am unfit for the rule. But that is neither here nor there. I am personally opposed to the subject of reform.
I see. I should have guessed, but I still felt disappointed for some reason. I feel like Ritsu-chan and I had developed a rapport after all.
Rapport?
Rapport. So maybe I started to get my hopes up. But why?
Why what?
I mean, why are you opposed to reform?
Do I need a reason to be?
No, I'm not asking you to justify yourself. I just want to know more about you. The more I said it, I realized it was an embarrassing question. My face felt hard, but Ritsu-chan showed no particular reaction.
I think of myself as a conservative. As my reason.
I see.
In addition, I do not believe that it is good to change the way things are.
The way things are? You mean visiting us being a girls' school?
Yes.
I was reminded of something I realized before. Ritsu-chan took rules and conventions very seriously.
I know that it is hard on you, but I cannot even begin to imagine it.
What?
Some things are set in stone and cannot be overturned. A girls' school becoming coeducational. I cannot even fathom the idea. Things do not change that easily. This is anime. Things can happen. Excuse me.
Mr. Chen was gone before I could think of a response. The sound of the cathedral door closing resounded heavily around the room.
Messiah, why didn't you just say that? Because this is anime?
Messiah just looks towards the camera to say, "This is anime. This is anime. It doesn't matter." Morning.
Salutations.
Starting summer uniforms today, right?
Yes, today is quite hot, and those short sleeves make it much more bearable.
My gaze turned unconsciously to the fair side for arms on display. With summer uniforms in my old school too, and the material was so thin you could sometimes see the ghost's blood through it. For some reason, I never had a particular reaction to that. At the moment, though, the side for arms showed a definite reaction. I wonder, was it believing life was so much easier that I could notice these things? That could be part of it, at least. But a bigger part of it had to be Richard-chan herself. I probably wasn't thinking about it around Richard-chan because of the solemn atmosphere. If we had been in the cathedral, I likely would have had the same feeling around her. I was somewhat less than faithful.
Will you be wearing short sleeves tomorrow, Masaya-san?
Well, I don't actually have a short sleeve button up.
What? Really?
I guess this is just up and buy one. That would be the best way. Even though I had money now, I couldn't stop thinking like a poor person.
Well, you may wear what you like if you aren't feeling overheated. The rules don't exactly apply to you after all.
It was more or less the same thing that Richard-chan had said, but the sentiment behind it was completely different. Richard-chan's words were very freewheeling, but Richard-chan had a different nuance. For her, the nuance was that I was not really a part of its nest, and therefore I could do as I like. If I was officially accepted by the school, she might feel the opposite way. They really are complete opposites. Student respect for associates as well.
Salutations!
Oh, yo!
Wait, what? Yo?
Oh, that was a greeting. For some reason, when speaking to Ayaka-san, I found myself reverting to lower world forms of speech. Lower world was a term keyboard business used, and at first I thought it was exaggerating. But realizing that a simple greeting was enough to cause confusion made me realize just how serious the differences were.
That's a good one, though. Yo. I have no idea what it means, of course.
Neither do I, actually.
Are you serious?
I guess like salutations? You can use it for any situation.
Try it again.
Yo.
I see.
Ayaka-san smiled happily. The other girls around me had the opposite reaction, folding their brows at me.
Are you eating by yourself?
I usually do.
But why? You have class with Rise, don't you?
When we eat together, everyone watches us.
I suppose that makes sense. They're even doing it now. Which means...
She smiled brightly, sat down at my table, and leaned in.
Why don't we see if we can get more people watching us?
Oh!
Like, we could put another straw in the juice you're drinking right now.
I think that would really cause trouble.
Too bad. Why does it bother you so much?
It's just too much to take, day after day. I don't mind much myself, but it tires Risa-san out.
It's awful. So you've been alone all this time?
Yeah.
But aren't you lonely? They say that eating alone is bad for your digestion.
Well, it's better than eating in the bathroom stall.
What?
It was a hard subject to explain, even to someone as casual as Ayaka-san, so I just shook my head.
Well, how about if I eat with you from now on, then?
But everyone will be watching you! It was happening even now. Everyone seemed to be interested in our conversation.
That kind of thing doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?
Not in particular.
Then that's just fine, then. Well, if you don't mind.
Alright. Ayaka-san did make the sign of the cross before she started eating. She had a carbonara, and I had a hamburger steak. This really is delicious. It's seen at the menu every day, and they have such a variety.
Yeah, it's because we can't eat out. This is the least they can do. Was it ever hard on you being here at first, not being able to eat what you wanted?
No way. This is much better.
I see. I guess the food is all delicious after all. Even this carbonara. Sauce is smooth and rich. If you make it too thick, the egg hardens. You have to manage the heat very carefully.
I cannot eat the noodles without slipping. Her table manners were impressive. It really does look good.
You want to try it?
Sure, if you don't mind.
Okay, open up.
Maybe I shouldn't.
You really are cute, Masai-kun.
I was sure she was teasing me, but it wasn't an unpleasant feeling. On the contrary, I was enjoying it.
If you're interested, you could ask for an additional helping. I'm sure they'd portion some out for you.
I know I decided to do it. I wasn't going to stay here eating this food into the second term and on into next year.
Hey, don't look so sad. It'll be okay.
It's just... Ritsu-chan said something to me this morning.
What is it?
She said she couldn't begin to imagine the school being reformed.
Well, it's natural that Ritsuko would say that. She's the leader of the Red Rose Society, after all.
That's true, but...
This is real news, though. You had a clandestine meeting with Ritsuko this morning?
No, it's not like that. I explained what had happened earlier that day. At that, the use of light and breezy Aika-san became reserved and thoughtful.
The cathedral? That's the first I've heard of it.
Really? I was really surprised by that. She made it sound like it was a daily routine. Maybe it was supposed to be secret, but it didn't really feel like that.
She must have started doing it recently.
I see. That makes sense.
Ah. And she said that it calms her spirit, right?
Yeah.
Did she say anything else? What was she praying for?
No, that was about it.
I see.
I just furrowed her brow. She seemed very troubled by it for some reason.
But it really worries me, hearing her talk like that.
We continued eating in silence for a while, and Aika-san spoke again.
It's June now.
June? Does something happen in June?
How can you be so laid back? I'm talking about the day. The premier judgment happens at the end of the first term.
Every day, the day of decision was drawing closer. I really couldn't afford to be so laid back.
Do you know specifically what day the premier judgment occurs on?
Nah, I don't.
You really are easygoing, aren't you?
Sorry.
Let's see. The vote typically happens on a Saturday, so probably the last Saturday of the term.
Check the count on my cell phone.
July 9th. That means you only have 5 weeks left, Masaya-kun.
I see. So close already. Maybe I had been too laid back. I was so comfortable here in Visnes, and reunited with my childhood friend and met so many new ones. The weeks just had flown by. It's been 3 months since I met Risa-san. It was freezing cold that day, and now they're all in summer uniforms.
Hey now, this is no time for reminiscing. We need to think of a plan.
Oh, right. A plan?
This is a real emergency situation.
Emergency situation? Is it? I just got that big increase in my approval rating, though.
You still only have 45 votes. You have a long way to go to get a majority.
That's true, I guess. A majority was 233. 232.
Or can't read numbers. Oh my god.
I can't. I'm sorry. Right now, it was at 40. No, 40. What? 45. Okay, calm down. It really was a decent goal.
So this is no time to be resting on your laurels. We need a way to get you some approval, fast. Oh, I know.
Huh?
We're not the only ones resting on our laurels. The others have been too.
That's true, but so what?
I just realized why that is.
You don't think we're just naturally laid back?
If it were just Ruko, sure, but Risa and I are the same way. I think it's because we're with you so much.
Huh? What does that mean?
You don't get it? We see and talk with you every day. Setting the reform stuff aside, it feels like a given that you'll get to stay. We're with you all the time, so it just slips out of our heads. Even though the reality is a lot more severe.
I don't know. Don't you think you're making too much of it?
It's possible, but to see the sharp-minded women of the White Loose Society acting so careless makes me think I'm not.
Actually, I do wonder what happened with the rising tide policy Riise-san mentioned.
Rising tide policy? What does that mean?
It sounds like some kind of plan to get my approval rating up.
That's Riise for you. Always one step ahead. So what has she done, precisely?
Nothing in particular.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, she said a lot of stuff, like we should all be prepared. But it seems like she forgot about it at some point.
I thought so.
I guess I nodded firmly.
Makes sense that she forgot. The Masaya that she sees and the Masaya that others see. I think she's lost sight of the fact that there's a difference between them.
I thought about it. In a way, it made me happy. But it made me realize that we couldn't afford to be so laid back. Ugh. No! What do we do?
I think it's time to put the rising tide policy into effect.
You're right, but what should we do?
You really are high maintenance, aren't you?
I'm very sorry.
But that's cute too, so I forgive you. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that.
Thank you very much. I didn't quite understand what she was getting at. Yeah, me neither sometimes, but I said not satisfaction.
Well, just leave it to me. I'll have something thought up by this afternoon's meeting.
Got it.
Hey Riise, have you thought up anything for rising tide policy? Rising tide policy? You said it earlier yourself. Regarding Masaya-san, you mean? We. That's right, you did say that. What are you planning, Riise-san? Nothing. I'm afraid I completely forgot about it. I see. Then what about you? Have you been doing anything for yourself?
Well, I've been trying to socialize as best I can, but...
But there are limits to what straightforward interactions can do. That's what I realized at lunch today. So that's why I think it's time to put the Rising Tide plan back into action. But will things not work out as they are? Tis tis tis.
She wagged her finger back and forth and explained the danger of optimism.
Point is, we need 232 votes for a majority. Right now we have 45. If we think about it rationally, we're in big trouble here. Now that you mention it, yes, that's true. I wonder what led us to be so careless. I'll explain later. For now, we need a plan for getting Masaya-kun's approval rating up. I was thinking, what about leaflets? Leaflets? What should we put in them? Stuff about Masaya-kun, of course.
Yo tilted her head slightly and looked at me. She seemed to be praising the idea.
The real problem is that no one knows what he's really like. That's why leaflets are the way to go. If we could just get them to know you, then I think we could at least get you past the premier judgment. Don't you guys think so?
The others not in agreement.
Reforming Vincenus is another matter, of course, but if they manage to drive Masaya-kun out, it'll just make that harder. I do believe you're correct. Yes. Yeah, you're not a bad person at all. As your childhood friend, I can attest to that.
Thanks. I would agree with that. I was glad to see it.
Of course, the best course would be in-depth interactions with everyone, but Masaya-kun is only one person. So we need to be aggressive about getting information out there. I see. That's very true. But what should we write, I wonder? That's a good question. Height, weights, sizes, eyesight, grip, muscle power. It's not a fitness test. Then the age he was when he first fell in love, who he has a crush on now. Well, we'll think about that stuff. Why don't you head home early today, Masaya-kun?
What do you mean?
Because if you're here, it'll be harder to make stuff up.
Make stuff up?
Of course, it won't all be made up, but it won't work well if it's all the truth either.
What? Why does it have to be made up?
Then you want to tell the truth about how old you were when you first fell in love and who you've got a crush on now?
Oh, those are my only options?
Yes. Now stop grumbling and get going already.
Now get grumbling.
Get grumbling.
I start walking around behind me and place my hands on my shoulders as if to give me a massage.
We're going to build you an idealized Messiah-kun.
I couldn't escape the feeling that this was very wrong, but I still was prodded. I turned back for a minute at the door and saw them already in a huddled discussion. They're really serious about this, huh? I wasn't sure why, but I was starting to worry.
Dun, 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 dun. Whole opening day!
Yup.
Excuse me.
During lunch the next day, we assembled in Maria Hall at Risa-san's request. For some reason, Kami-san was there. Huh? What's this about?
It was a direct order from Solo de Cool.
Yeah?
This morning, I borrowed the school's computer to print out the leaflets.
I see. That was fast.
Time is money, as they say.
Risa-san dropped a paper bag full of leaflets on the table and landed with a thud.
I want to hear reactions right away, but the approval rating results only come out once a week. So I asked the news club to run a special survey.
Today was Thursday, so announcement of results Monday wasn't that far away. They must have had high hopes for the leaflets one early report anyway. I wonder what's in them. It must be something to put even professors to shame.
I must thank you for agreeing to this, Tomie-san. Sure thing! This is the kind of thing I push for anyway. News Club can't let something this interesting slide. We're talking about self-promoting leaflets, right? Not even the Grand Fleur would do something like that. I don't think anyone's ever taken such drastic measures in all of Vincennes' long history. Really, it's been one amazing thing after another since you got here. Oh, that's right, can I read one first? Oh, of course, help yourself. It is our masterpiece. Gonna put a professional DDT to DTP to shame, huh? Amazing.
Amazing,
DTP.
indeed.
You're saying that you work hard on layout and design, right? Isn't that it? Ah, no, it's nothing like that. We had trouble coming to a consensus on opinion, but the result is more information, so I think it's better this way. Huh?
Kami-san tilted her head. It was definitely a confusing thing to say. She took a glance over the leaflet, and then her eyes went wide.
What is this? Well, we had a big discussion over what the idealized Messiah-kun would be. We all got really into it. We couldn't agree on anything, so we just put all the suggestions in. Huh? Wait, what is all this?
Kami-san turned a question to Risa-san. I picked up one of the leaflets while she explained. The leaflet's fine. Pretty standard. The only issue was some of the words running together, but that surely wasn't enough to shock Kami-san. So what was it? As I read down the page, it all became clear. What is this?
I get it.
Risa-san finished her explanation and looked up. It was definitely a zealous effort, but...
But how is this going to help?
Kami-san started reading from the leaflet. Her expression understood.
Favorite type of girl, same age or older. A ratio of 3 to 1, say the same age is better. What is ratio supposed to mean? Age of first love. Still haven't found it, or maybe very recently, or possibly in elementary school. So which one is it?
The girls looked at each other and giggled. I know they had to react to this.
Favorite animal. Cat, dog, horse, or Panterbell. I voted for cat. I admire their independence. I was firmly on the side of dog. They're man's best friend, after all. I said horse. I mean, I'm great at riding horses. Naturally, I chose Panterbell. So much girl.
5 clumped together, just squeezing together.
I don't know why, but Ayaka's little, hair thing made me think that she made it look like a tattoo for a second. That's an individual, not a type. But look at this. This isn't Messiah-san's information. It's all of yours.
That was exactly it.
I guess when we were talking, that's just how it came out. Well, I'm not reproaching you guys or anything, but is this really what you wanted?
Kami-san looked towards his girl for confirmation. You think he'll turn out bad? I was implicitly asking for a redo, but I just were too excited.
No, it's just fine the way it is.
How so?
It's funny. Besides, we went to all the trouble to make them. That's right. It is the product of our combined zeal, after all.
Well, if it was enough to bring out zeal in Ruka-san, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Well, if you insist, then I guess we have to do it.
Sure, let's do it. Well, I'm not against it myself. It sounds fun after all. So, I'll run the survey right after class. That okay? Yes, please do. Got it. So I'll bring the results by tomorrow at lunch.
The others walked out, leafers in hand. I was left in a room by myself. I hope this worked out.
Something's gonna tell me it doesn't.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Perhaps expectedly, the survey revealed a tragic failure.
Are you certain this is accurate? I beg your pardon. I worked really hard putting this together, you know. You're right.
Risa nodded dejectedly, unable to argue the point. There were several pages of the report on the table, and we all crowded around to look at them. The first page contained the questions and the answers. The question was, after reading the leaflet, did the opinion of Unconventional Messiah improve? There were four answer rankings, but not even an answer. B, it improved a little, got a single response. The remaining sheets had various reactions written on them. A lot of them were cheery responses like, I don't get it, and what is this?
97 respondents. Of course, that's not everyone, but it's a pretty convincing number. You're really amazing though, Tamie-san. You asked all those people in just one day. Oh well, a reporter's legs are a life after all.
Risa scouted the report for a while, then let out the breath she had been holding.
I wonder what went wrong. It's all you guys' fault. For favorite snack, you put scone and baguette and fried pote-pote and stuff. But the best accompaniment to black tea is scones with maple syrup. And my grandma's fried pote-pote is really good. And baguettes are Panterbell's favorite food. The best snack is Costella, I told you this. So Messiah-san, what is your real favorite food? Scones, isn't it? You love the fried pote-pote, didn't you? I'm sure it's freshly baked baguettes. Pretty sure it's Costella. You've got it all wrong.
Whoa! How dare you!
I'm sorry. I got swept up in the moment.
You've got it wrong. My favorite snack is definitely potato chips.
I get it. And yet they'd even get the po and potato chips. Anyway, I think you can all admit this plan was flawed from the start. That's true. The results do seem to bear that out. Then what do we do? Should we try something else? After all, it's gonna be bad if we don't do something. Something.
As we sat in silence, thinking, there was a knock at the door.
Come in. Salutations.
That's everyone except Morgan. So
literally.
This,
Salutations.
so this room's crowded.
Salutations. Oh, you're all together. How can we help you? It appears something very interesting is going on here. Ah, you mean the leaflets? Oui. Having read it, I find Messiah-sama even more confusing than before. You certainly have a broad range of interests.
No, that's just...
Looks like it was a total backfire. Really, it was just a bunch of nonsense. Was that the point? Is that what it was? It was just nonsense from beginning to end. How'd you come up with it? Well, we...
With your explanation, Mr. Singh laughed.
You sound like quarreling children. We were serious when we were making it. Even so, it appears that you each pushed too hard for your own favorites. Yes, that's true. Rather, it appears we became so concerned about our own opinions that we missed the point of the exercise. The next thing we knew, we had completely missed the purpose of the leaflet. Masaya-san, I am sorry.
No, it's really nothing to apologize for.
But we have ruined a valuable chance for self-promotion. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like we might really be in trouble. Oh, starting to realize how unattainable school reform is. Reform aside, we're talking about the first vote. At the moment, Masaya-sama has only 45 supporters. A majority is still a distant goal.
Where's the D?
What?
Where's the D?
What D?
In judgment.
Jugment.
Jugment.
The prepared jugment. It's July 9th, isn't it? Oh no, he's running out of time! Why are you upset about that, Konami? I'm not really upset about it exactly. It's just, I think that this biggest competition is the most important.
Like biggest competition, she probably meant the final grand vote. But if Sam would disappear before then, it wouldn't be much of a fight.
But if the answers in the sleeve that are wrong, then you should create a proper one. That's true.
Konami-chan's forcefulness took even Risa's on it back.
Yay! Yay! But will they accept them? Most people might be sick of it now. Yes, I had my concern about that point as well. That's why I thought we might change our approach. Approach? Ruko-san, what are you thinking? Ah, my line of thinking was, Masaya-san's most distinctive feature is that he is male. Is that not correct? And? It occurred to me that we might benefit from appealing to his masculinity in our next announcement. Masculinity? I believe I follow your meaning, but... You mean to put his manhood on display, right? That does not sound like quite the right phrasing. But how do we do it? To put it bluntly, nudity. Huh?
The whole group stood in shock. But while the others froze, Ruko-san merely smiled calmly.
Perhaps the rest of you have not heard of the rumor surrounding Masaya-san. Rumor? The rumor began subsequent to his bath with Konami, which means I believe that the source of the information may have been Konami herself.
Right in the mug, despite her easygoing manner, Ruko-san was as sharp as ever.
Oh, I heard about that too. They're saying Masaya-kun has a great body. No! I didn't say those things because I wanted to. They just asked me, so I answered them. Well, I'm sure, but is it really true? You may already be aware of it, but he does have a well-muscled body like a fencer. He has a well-rounded musculature and a powerful grip as well. Masaya-sama, you don't actually practice fencing, do you?
Yeah, I've done judo in my gym classes before, but I've never done fencing.
And yet, it is true!
It was coming off a bit like a peddler hawking her wares. The rest of the group held their breath.
Masaya-sama is blessed with an incredibly hard and toned body. She is so cute. I forgot how freaking adorable she is. Hey, careful, don't fall. Wow, that's amazing. Do you do weightlifting or anything?
No, not really. I guess it could be thanks to my diet.
Diet?
Plus, I did a lot of physical work and was in the run with my old man stuff.
I see. It occurred to me that such a Herculean physique would go to waste buried under so much clothing.
What kind of logic was that?
But what's this about nudity? Photographs. Photographs. Oh. Oh, that's a good one. You just leave all that to me.
Naomi-san hoisted the single lens reflex camera that was around her neck.
I'll take the perfect picture.
Hey.
I like this. It's a good plan. Huh? You think so? We can put the pictures on our homepage. We will appeal to a desire to keep such masculinity close at hand. The headmistress will be furious. We can't let that scare us. We don't have much time left. Well, do as you wish. Will you be taking the photographs now? I think so. We don't have time to lose after all.
Huh?
Then I will excuse myself.
I left the Rizu-chan, my only ally, in this case at least, left the room.
As will I. Really, a man getting naked.
Michi-chan was right behind. The rest of the girls remained, their eyes clamming like wolves over an inch of land. Everyone except for Shiho. Shiho, are you against this?
Well, I'm not totally convinced that nudity is the way to go. But it's true that a picture is worth 1,000 words.
This is not a proper time for that scene!
Look, it's not like we're asking you to take your pants off.
I should hope not!
Anyway, Masaya-san's standing from the window.
Oh.
It's the very first choice!
We had the choice with, should we speak to help Rise or not?
Oh.
When, Michi was bombarding her. But that was so long ago. Like, that was like episode 2.
Undress.
I don't really have a choice here, do I?
Undress.
Even if I say don't undress, yeah. I decided no other choice. I moved to stand in front of the window. I wonder what the dialogue was if Messiah rejected it.
Probably doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll get undressed. I started unbuttoning my shirt. Watching them all steal me was really embarrassing.
Hey now, I like that shy face. It's super moe.
Why do you know that word?
I'm a writer after all. Come on, Masaya-san, let's get some more blush in those cheeks.
It's not something I do intentionally. I drew naked. Well, here's your thumbnail.
Yeah, I know. Because I actually remember this thumbnail very well.
I stripped naked to the waist. Everyone except for Time-san drew closer.
Yeah, I actually remembered this CG. It's very, very cute, though.
I agree.
I love Ruko the most just being, oh.
Oh, so this is what a man's skin feels like.
Also, wow, that is a big scar.
Yeah. I love that.
I love Aika. She is very happy.
Why are they advancing on me?
Hey now, I can't take the picture!
The others ignored her and continued to close the gap. I found myself back against the window.
Wow, you've got a real six-pack. My. Not even when I visit other dojos did I see men with this kind of physique. It's pretty Herculean, I have to admit. So this is what men are like.
You guys? Please don't press your face so close. And the other side, but it feel all bad.
My. So hard. And hot.
Oh! Hey, that close!
Hey! Where are you touching him? His stomach. Come on now, scatter. I can't take that picture until you do.
At last, the photo session started.
Hey, not bad. Good. Great. Stick your hips out a little more. Let's try a bad boy image like you're hungry for the girls.
What kind of image is that? You want to say here, see what the other option was, or it probably wouldn't matter, but I still want to say what. Okay.
I don't really feel like. Well, okay.
I'm not taking my shirt off. I don't think they're going to accept if I don't dress them. It's not like I completely want to get naked, okay?
Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. The next morning, everyone involved for the photo shoot gathered from the headmistress's office.
For heaven's sake, I'm utterly aghast. What on earth were you people thinking?
We stood in line as the headmistress paced back and forth swiftly between us.
I could understand if this were simply one of Ayaka-san's prudent and foolish acts, but...
Ayaka-san stuck out her tongue just as the headmistress turned her back.
Rise and Ritsuko are both straight... I misread. I was like, Ritsuko? Rise and Ryuk are both straight-A students. You are role models to all the other girls. To see you taking nude photos of a boy, it's preposterous.
The headmistress's shoulders began trembling.
He wasn't actually nude, he still had pants on. I should hope that goes without saying! Yeah, that's true. And not just nude, but wearing that lecherous expression. That was... Ogonogi Messiah. That satanic expression of yours makes it clear to me what you really are.
Satanic?
Madam Headmistress, that's actually what I instructed him to do. What? What'd you say? Well, that's just, he has such a jungleman body, I thought a wild expression might suit... Tommy, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, taking dubious photographs, uploading them to a website, spreading them around the school, I'm at a loss. You should be punished. Now, Madam Headmistress.
As usual, the chairman was on our side. If it hadn't been for her, I would have probably been thrown out of the streets by now, and Risan's plans would be down the drain.
If you ask them for the details, I am sure they can explain the reasons for their actions. It is one thing if it was a prank, but perhaps it's something we can settle more amicably. I knew you would say something like that, Madam Chairwoman. You've always been soft. However, regardless of the reason, you have wreaked havoc on our school. I simply cannot let this slide. Do you hear me? One of our intermediary first-year students opened the page and instantly fainted. She fell for the call of the wild, eh? Ayaka-san, please be quiet. Okay.
Why does she address Ayaka-san with a son?
In order to prevent something like this from happening again, the White Lily Society's uploads will henceforth be restricted. What? Do not worry, Rise. You will not be forbidden from updating your homepage altogether. However, the school will handle the uploading. Wait a minute, isn't that censorship? And what if it is? It's an appropriate countermeasure to actions such as yours. I cannot allow a repeat of this incident. But if we cannot upload things ourselves, we lose all of our flexibility. You will simply have to deal with that. I do not accept this! I see no reason to make considerations for what you do and do not accept. Rise, you must admit your fault in this case. Grandmother, please do not fight the headmistress's intentions. Very well.
Just calm down if that tongue lesson came to an end.
For pity's sake, the headmistress interfering in the actions of the association. It's terrible. I can't accept it for a minute.
But once we left the headmistress's office, Risan was still as mad as ever.
Well, she's kind of a Vincent-esque fundamentalist. When she's talking about straight-A students, she didn't even mention Chiho. I know that was intentional.
Now that she mentioned it, Risa did get good grades. But since students needed good grades to get accepted during final course, maybe that went without saying.
But plenty of people saw the page before it got deleted. Good model, good photographer. I just know it's gonna have a big impact on people.
Well, I know of an impact, but...
They saw that bad boy expression of yours. You don't see that every day.
I wasn't particularly happy about being pushed into it.
I thought I might get pregnant through the screen.
Hey now!
I'll do another survey after class. You guys just wait for it, okay? Yes, please do. Okay, well, that's where we're gonna leave this episode.
Okay.
That was an interesting one.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Very fun.
I agree.
Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy. Please like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.